nose didn't help improve her blandness, and she wore very little makeup because most of it irritated her skin. She had a tendency to just blend into the woodwork, and men usually made her a buddy rather than a girlfriend. Don't cry over Paul. So what if he was attractive? He's a thief, and he's definitely not worth it. I'd castrate the bastard if I could find him, Randy said vehemently. You obviously weren't his first victim, but I'd certainly like to make sure you were his last. Lifting her head, Emily swiped at the tears on her face. I'm not upset about him. We only dated for a few weeks, and I obviously didn't even know him. But the kids will survive, and we'll think of something. The youth center was the heart of the town of Amesport. Not only was the sprawling old brick building a refuge for kids of all ages who needed some support and attention, but it was the place where everything important happened, from wedding receptions to weekly events for the senior citizens in the community. Everything good that took place in town happened here, and Emily would be damned if she let the community down by letting the center go under. The people in this town, from the very young to the elderly, needed this gathering place and the activities and services it offered. She hadn't returned to Amesport only to end up destroying the very center that she herself had used when she was younger. Amesport had always been home to Emily. The only time she had been away was to attend college in California. She'd stayed there for a while after graduation, trying to climb the corporate ladder, before finally realizing that she really didn't give a damn whether or not she reached the top. As the finance manager of a large charitable corporation, Emily had thought she'd feel good about her job, enjoy working in an environment where helping people came first. Unfortunately, helping people hadn't really been the first thing on management's agenda, and she hadn't felt good about working for the corporation at all. It had ended up being no different from working for a profitable corporation, the dynamics exactly the same. Sadly, management had been more interested in politics and kissing up to the right people to get their next promotion than helping anyone. When her mom had told her the previous director of the center had retired, Emily had come back home to stay. It had been comforting that very little had changed during her absence, except for the fact that the Sinclair siblings had all decided to finally claim the peninsula outside of town, land that had been in their family for generations. Grady had been the first to build his home there, with all of the other members of the family putting up their own houses after his was completed. As far as she knew, Grady Sinclair was the only full-time resident on the peninsula, but all 5 of them had houses there, homes that usually sat empty. I have to do something, Emily whispered to herself desperately, standing and pulling on her bright red jacket.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.